What's up, YouTube? This is Boston Chris. Welcome to my channel, Boston Chris Comics. I am back with a brand new video. So I have my haul video that I'm going to do. Just trying to get back in the groove with everything, following vacation and all that type of stuff. So I got a bunch of books that I need to show off. A bunch of new books, some from last Comic Book Wednesday, and some from this one. So I want to go ahead and just get right to it. Summertime's been really great, but it's really, really busy. At least for me, like, this past weekend, we had, a couple of parties that we went to, and then just, a bunch of stuff going on, heading forward. This weekend is my sister-in-law's birthday, and then on Saturday is my wife's cousin's wedding. So I'm all booked up, and then next Saturday, well, actually I shouldn't say next Saturday, next weekend, so next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is Boston Comic Con, as well as next Friday is my wife's birthday as well. So I am booked up solid as far as weekends and just free time is concerned. I'm gonna do my best to see if I can get some video from inside the con. I may not, I don't know, because it depends on how busy it is and what's going on, like how everything is happening. So I'll definitely be showing you guys the stuff I pick up. The stuff I get signed, and also just any cool stuff that I come across, any good videos I can take or anything like that. We'll see, because in years past I've been able to get sketches done and videotape that as well as other things. So we'll see what happens. I'm not 100% sure how it's all going to go down. There's a lot of really good guests for this year's Boston Comic Con, but some of the bigger names, they've gone ahead and added extra fees to go see them, like Jim Lee, like Greg Capullo, like Humberto Ramos, and those guys. So it's extra money to go see them. You have to pay extra money for your ticket to see those guys. The Jim Lee one kind of bums me out because his is an extra $100 just to be able to get. You get 3 books signed. You get a lithograph, a selfie, and if you're gonna get witnessed by a PGX, if you're gonna get witnessed by CGC or CBCS, who both will be there, it's gonna be $150, and all the rest of that swag they give you and all the rest of that stuff. So I don't get that kind of money. As much as I want to meet Jim Lee, I'm gonna have to pass on it just because it's too expensive. But let me just get to the books here, just to show off what I picked up. So we have Venom number 4, so this is continuing on with the God of the Symbiotes there. Really cool cover. Reminds me a little bit of like that old school cover that they had where Venom was quoting Hamlet, the Eric Larson cover. I think it's number 3. It's like 316. No, not 316. It's probably like 317 somewhere in the 300s. When he made his second big run in the book. But yeah, that's what that reminds me of. It's a pretty cool cover. Let's see. Then we got True Believers. What If number 1. So this is What If Spider-Man joined the Fantastic Four. This is one that I definitely want to pick up. The actual book. So I'll end up getting it at some point. But for now, just good placeholder. Next we have Sentry number 2. Issue number 1 was really good. Jeff Lemire's on the book, so he does good work. He started out that Thanos run, and then Donny Cates took over. So I'm excited for this. I like the way it's going. It's pretty fun stuff. Next we have Old Man Logan number 44. Really cool cover. Here he is. Basically, he's a cutting board. He's got axes, sais, arrows, knives, everything sticking out of his back. Putting that healing factor to work. Next we have Infinity Wars Prime number 1. Now, I don't know why they put a number 1 on this. It just should have been One Shot Infinity Wars Prime, just because this is a standalone book. Really cool stuff in this book. They had a George Perez cover. I just didn't feel like picking it up. I mean, it was cool, but it was I just figured the regular cover was fine. They charged an extra $1 for the George Perez. I didn't feel like paying that extra $1. Next we have the Mattina cover B of Flash. This is issue number 51. So, Mattina's been making the rounds, man. He's been making a lot of comic covers for DC. He actually, this week, did a cover for Spawn. So I mean, he's been just his name is, I mean, Mattina's been around for a while, but he's definitely getting around and getting noticed. So I love his covers. I think that he does a really, really nice approach to like that really cool painted look. So love his covers. Next we have Doomsday Clock. This is issue number 6 of 12. So it's still halfway through the story. There's a couple different ones. I like this one. This one kind of stood out to me a little better than the other cover. Although the other cover has more of a Watchmen feel to it. This one didn't. But I like how they're trying to kind of put the old school cover on there, trying to make it look like how the story was back in the day. But pretty cool. And then on the back too, they have the little the clock, because it's to the Doomsday Clock, and the blood stain. Next we have Batman issue number 52. So Batman versus Bruce Wayne. The cover B wasn't bad, but cover A was a lot better. Green Lantern's number 52. You got Hal Jordan in the book, so definitely one you want to pick up. And the bloody question mark. So never know what that could be, but definitely worth picking up. The cover B for this was very bad. I did not like cover B for this book, especially so Simon Baz and Jesse Cruz look, they look good, but the Hal Jordan drawing on the back of it, horrible. So I wasn't picking that one up, but I'm glad I got this cover A. Next we have 7 to Eternity. This is issue number 10. This has been a really, really fun and cool story. Awesome art. Definitely one that I've had a lot of fun reading and had a good time. Just going ahead and looking at the story and everything. Rick Remender's doing a really, really good job with this book. Don't know if it's one of those ones that one day we'll get a show or something like that. I don't think so. But overall, it's a fun book. So if you can get the earlier issues, go for it. If you can't, just pick it up and trade. Definitely worth reading. Next up, we have Infinity Wars number 1. So there was a bunch of different covers for this one. I just picked up the regular. Didn't seem like the other one that I liked a lot was the Ron Lim cover, but it was just it was just this one here. It was like a close up, so I was like, Ron Lim does great art, but I was just like, regular cover's fine for me. Next up, we have Ghost Rider Cosmic Ghost Rider number 2. So the covers are always good on these books. I like this one. It kind of has like a Game of Thrones type feel to it, kind of almost like Conan the Barbarian at the end of the first movie where he's kind of sitting on the throne. But the cool part with this is, the art isn't all that great. I can admit that the art needs some work. There's a lot of areas where it's not the greatest, but I expected it to be better, being that all the hype that came with this book initially. But the storytelling is fun. It's a funny story. Issue number 1 was hilarious. So definitely one I want to keep going with until if the story starts to not be so hot, then I'm gonna get rid of it. But for now, I'm keeping it. I'm sticking with it. Next up, we have Death of the Inhumans. This is issue number 2. The first one was awesome. They had a variant that kind of alluded to who might die in this issue. And you can still kind of see here, on the ground right there is Karnak. So we'll see. I haven't gotten a chance to read it to see if he's going to get killed, but the first one was definitely cool. A lot of shocking moments. But definitely, I think a pretty good story, and it's also by Donny Cates. And I've said before, Donny Cates is really working on a lot of stuff. He's a good writer. I hope he doesn't get to either overexposed or burned out, just because, Marvel's putting him to work because the Thanos series was so hot that, that guy's just out there doing all, I think he's on 4 books, something like that for Marvel right now. Crazy. And there's more titles that he's supposed to be on, so this guy's got his work cut out from him. Good for him, he's making his money. And definitely getting his name out there, so, he's doing good stuff. Next, we have Project Superpowers. So this is actually a really cool book put out by Dynamite. These heroes, and I came up on them, way later. These are all Golden Age guys, pretty much. I know, Black Terror, and then I think this is Atlas. I'm not 100% sure. But really cool heroes. definitely something that I was like, I'll give it a shot. I know that Alex Ross had done some covers and stuff, some books for these characters a few years back, and so I figured I'd just check it out because it's always good to see some of the stuff, and then just to kind of see some Golden Age heroes getting an update and everything like that. I don't have any of the Golden Age stuff. I wish I did because Black Terror is a really cool looking book. He's basically the Golden Age version of the Punisher, so or inspiration for the Punisher, I should say. But really, really cool stuff. And along with that, like I always say it all the time, best thing to do is pick up a back issue if you can. And I was able to pick up a couple, actually. I went ahead and got these off of eBay from James Colley, a guy who's in the comic community. He went ahead and posted it in the, I think, Blasted Stasha group to, hey, I got some books up there. If you guys want some stuff cheap, come check it out. So I went ahead and checked it out, and I got a couple of books that really, came into my collection that I'm happy to have. First one is Captain America number 133. So this is the origin of MODOK. And I have to say, MODOK is a really cool character. I don't know if you'll see him in a movie or anything like that anytime soon. At some point, maybe, but I don't know. But his origin is actually pretty sad. And it's funny to see that he kind of has that whole, I guess you could call it, what is it? Not Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. Phantom of the Opera type thing, where he's really kind of pissed off at other people for, he's partially mad at Captain America for being good looking. He's like, oh, I was good looking once, and until, and then they get into his origin, and so he was turned into that thing. He didn't start out that way. He was turned into it by AIM, which is ironic because I think the AIM soldiers end up working for him at some point. But yeah, it was a pretty cool thing. It gives you insight into what kind of motivates him and what kind of upsets him as a villain. And a lot of guys, once you get to their origin stories, you find out they have some sad stories, like just things happen that didn't go their way, and this is how they ended up. And finally, the last book that I picked up is a book that I'm actually really, really happy to have. It's a really fun book, and it's like a really cool book on top of that. And that is Destroy a Duck. This is issue number 1. Not only is this Jack Kirby art, which is really, really cool. I love that, they put Special Lawsuit Edition number 1 because they figured Disney was going to sue them for the likeness coming as close to Donald Duck as it did. And also in this book is the first appearance of Gru the Wanderer. Like, towards the back of the book, there's a little, couple pages where Sergio Aragonés went ahead and was able to tell a story about Gru. So, first appearance, I guess a bunch if you're going to call it that, because Destroy a Duck I don't think appeared any earlier than that, but the biggest first appearance in that is Gru the Wanderer. So if there's any Sergio Aragonés fans or Gru the Wanderer fans who don't know his first appearance, it is in this book right here. This one, you can still get it for cheap. I would not pay any more than $10 for that book. I've seen it go up a little bit just because people are, looking to, cash out and get money for it. But yeah, if you're patient, you can get this book for under $10 easily. So definitely one to check out, definitely one to look for. But that's been my haul, that's my stuff. So we're 1 week out from Boston Comic Con. Super excited for that. So I may do another video if I have a little bit of time, which we'll see, leading up to Boston Comic Con, and discuss who I'm looking to see, hopefully what books I get signed and everything like that, and just kind of go over some stuff regarding Boston Comic Con. But that's pretty much it for now. Actually, I could talk about my concerns about Boston Comic Con a little bit as well, but I'm gonna hold off on that until I actually have some time, but everything. But anyway, alright, well with that, this has been Boston Chris. Thank you for watching my channel. Again, stay tuned because I'm going to have some pretty cool stuff coming up after Boston Comic Con. So, I'm out for tonight. check us out on the JLS Comics Live show. That should be coming up very, very soon. I did this right before the show. So, thank you for watching. Again, everyone have a good night. I'm out.